Yes, good evening. This is Dre, a.k.a. Andre Dawn Music, with the International Underground Entertainers Magazine, Ugmagonline. We have featured in our magazine director and movie producer, Brother Usman Sharif. Brother Usman Sharif, can you say hi to your listeners?
Hey, man, how is the world doing today?
We're right now, we know that you're doing big things in the industry. A lot of people probably haven't seen you of all the works that you have put in the industry, in the movie industry.
Uh-huh.
Let them know about who Sharif is.
Well, Usman Sharif. I'm a simple guy, man. I born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. My father came up in the Nation of Islam, so I'm born Muslim, and that taught me self-independence, man. Just do for self. You know, I came up with that in my household all my life. So I only had one job in my adult life. I've always had my own business going, and I've always been an entertainer. Always getting in trouble in school, kicked out of class, suspended, different things, just from entertaining. I just loved making people laugh and entertaining people. And that's what drove me into Hollywood, primarily as an actor at first, and then the businessman took over me, and I got into the producing films, making my own project, especially when I began to audition for major films, and I was getting beaten out. I made it into a few of them. I have a pretty decent resume. I've been very blessed. But there's a couple of them that I didn't make it into, that I got beaten out by more known actors, but not more talented. And that's just when I realized I need to take my career into my own hands and start producing my own films. So that's what makes me the filmmaker I am today, man. Producing and acting. That's my life right now.
Okay. Was there anyone, or was there anyone, family, friend, or a person already in the industry that inspired you to get into creating? Because I know from being from behind, you know, acting and then directing and becoming a producer, who inspired you to do this?
To be honest with you, man, it was just the business background in me. In '97, I started a cell phone pager store in Maplewood, New Jersey. I opened up, me and a very good friend of mine, Keith Rogers, we opened up a beeper store called Communication Station. And we were selling pages and cell phones. This is when cell phones first got popular, so that was a very good business for us. And I wanted to get into Hollywood, but I had this retail store with a partner, and I couldn't just go back and forth to L.A. and be on movie sets for 30 days and leave this guy hanging, because I started that first. So I started to put things in motion where I could make some money and not have to be hands-on. And that's when I got into real estate, buy, fix, and sell real estate, flipping properties is commonly known as. And I'm still doing that today. And I started doing that in like the year 2000. And once I got a grasp of that and started making some good money and realized I did not have to be there. I had several closings of properties, and I was in L.A. or St. Thomas or, you know, different places like that. And I made money that day. Once that was in place and I didn't have to physically be at a place to make the money, that's when I went off running, you know. And so there wasn't anyone in the industry that motivated me or inspired me to start making my own films. More so, it's just my father and the way I was brought up to own my own business. And, you know, when I put myself in my own film and the film does well or whatever the case is, it's the same as opening a store and working the store. I'm putting myself to work. I'm my own boss, and I'm on my own terms, and I got creative control, and I can just do different things that's good, you know. No buffoonery, you know, no stuff like that. Just quality production that the world can love. So that's what motivated me, man. Just doing for self and that whole mentality behind it.
Now, what kind of personality do you work best with, and why?
What do you mean, personality?
Now, you encounter a lot of individuals,
Right.
in your field.
Right.
Now, what type of personality do you feel as though you more comfortable? Do you feel more comfortable with working with?
That's an interesting question because I'm a Gemini, man. I'm a Earth sign. Those listeners who are into astrology, or numerology, I'm June 5th, and I'm an Earth sign, and my number is 5, man. What this means is I'm just a people person. So you could put me around aliens and come back in 10 minutes and everybody laughing because I just adapt to everyone. I literally do not have anyone in the world that I can say I dislike. Like, no one comes to mind. Like, you talk to people sometimes and a name may come up and you'll hear the person say, I don't like that dude, man. And you'll be like, wow, what happened? Just something about him. See, that's never been me. So I'm like a chameleon, man. I adapt to my environment, and I've found myself getting along with all personalities. Now, of course, no one likes the a-hole or the idiot. And, in this industry and in the world, you just have those people that's inconsiderate, that's selfish, that's about themselves, that's not about a team effort. And I don't like dealing with those type of people, obviously, but if I had to get a job done and to see it through, I'm able to. But, that's not my selection, of course. But, I pretty much get along with everybody, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you see me. Well, I know you're a smooth brother, you're a humble brother, and I'm glad that we share common goals and interests. That's why we're doing this interview right now, because our common goal is to spread this information and give back to the communities. Like, it's for the people, and this is by the people. So I'm with you, brother.
Absolutely.
Now, what was the last book you read?
Interesting. The last book I read, you know what? I was about to say The Four Agreements because I just read that. But I actually read a book after that. I read The Spirit of Intimacy. The Spirit of Intimacy. I forget the author's name offhand, but it's a very good book dealing with when you are in a relationship and to get off of the physical aspect of it. I'm not talking about like sex. I'm just talking about the ego and things that get involved when you're in love or when you're in a relationship and you want to control the relationship and you want to know where your woman is and, you want things to run a certain way and you don't trust each other and just different things like that it dealt with because it dealt with being on a spirit level with your partner. And once you're on a spirit level with your partner in tune with God, nothing can come in between you guys on this lower level, on this physical level. Not another woman, not another man, not ego, because, we self-sabotage our relationships a lot. And it just dealt a lot with that. So, I was reading that book, and it was like a situation where I couldn't put it down. And, the funny thing is I read scripts a lot, so I'm reading different scripts all the time. But as far as books, The Spirit of Intimacy. Very good book. I recommend it. I'm going to tell you the author in 2 seconds.
Now, for your listeners, I want them to get a taste of who you are. Now, I want you to describe, like, to your listeners, like, say, imagine if they were to close their eyes. Tell them step by step how to tie their shoes.
How to tie their shoes?
Yes.
You want me to tell the listeners step by step how to tie their shoes?
Yes, in detail. Say if you were describing a scene or a setting, how would you describe it to your listeners if you would ask them to close your eyes and you would like them to visualize and you would describe it to them step by step, the way you would do it as a Usman Sharif?
Listen, one thing about Usman Sharif, I'm straight to the point, brother. You know, sometimes you ride in a car with somebody and they make a left, a right, a left, a right, a left, a right, and they get to this place where they could have just went straight, made a right, and gotten there. But they want to beat the lights. I'm that straight to the point person. So if I was explaining to anybody anything like tying shoes, I would tell them grab the left lace, grab the right lace, cross them, fold them up, pull tight, make the rabbit ears, go through the hole, man. You know what I mean? And pull it tight. As simple as possible.
All right, now, Brother Sharif, can you let the listeners know right now, what are you doing right now as far as currently, what they could see, what you have on the table for them to look and see your talent?
Yeah, you can always Google me, Usman Sharif, USMAN SHARIF. I have quite a few things I've been blessed to do, and but more relevant, more important, I had we just finished a movie called feature film. We shot it in Atlanta. It's called Criminal Behavior. We shot it in 12 days. It's starring myself and the lovely, incomparable Verena Banks. She's a up and coming star, and you're gonna hear that name a lot very soon. She's that talented. Sharif Pugh, Clifton Powell from Friday, from Ray, and movies like that. He played Pinky in Ray. He's in it. Killer Mike, the rapper, he's in it. We shot it in Atlanta in 12 days, and we just wrapped it up. It's actually going to be distributed soon, and it'll be everywhere DVDs are sold. And it's probably going to be in a Jersey theater and in a theater in Atlanta. And it's a very good urban drama. And, yeah, that's the latest project, and people are really going to love it. It's a great film.
Now, what techniques or tools do you use to keep yourself organized?
Mm-hmm. My iPhone. Nah. I get it done, man. You know, a lot of times people get disorganized because they let stuff pile up. And I like to close things out. I like to start things and then close things and then start new things so I don't have too much on the table at any given time. You know? So, that's an important part of staying organized. You know, if you can't keep opening new deals or starting new projects and not finishing them, and then you're left with a bunch of stuff on the table. That happens a lot to a lot of people. So I try not to do that. That's one of the reasons I stay more organized. Go ahead.
Brother, when do story ideas usually hit you?
Oh man, I drive. A lot of my friends clown me because I drive with the radio off a lot. Like, I don't listen to music when I'm driving. I do a lot of thinking when I'm driving. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of my movie ideas or skit ideas or funny scenarios, they come to me just during the day as I'm moving around because I'm not listening to music, so my mind is clear. And I get a lot of stuff from that, a lot of inspiration, man. And I write it down. I put it in my notes compartment on the iPhone quick. I'll pull over and put it right in there and jot it down. I got a whole pages of stuff that I can combine and make different scenes in movies, or if I ever decided to try stand-up comedy, or if I wrote for someone, or whatever the case is, I got several scenarios and skits and funny instances written down that way, man. Sometimes I'm asleep, and I wake up out of my sleep with an idea and write it down.
Mm-hmm. Now, what is your favorite part of the process of making a movie?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
What is your favorite part of the process in making a movie?
You know what I love? No one really does it for me. You know, when you're making a film, you go through months of pre-production. You know, getting the cast, doing little table reads, making sure the script is tight, getting locations, insurance, just getting everything you need together. And then it's day one of shooting. You're finally at the stage where you're going to go into production and you're shooting. The best part about this process to me is two times. One, at the end of production, when you get to the last day of shooting and you shot everything in your movie and you got all these scenes and it's done, and you're at the wrap party with this tremendous crew that believed in you, the actors, the cameraman, the lighting guy, the assistant director, just everybody all together that believed in a common goal, worked together with teamwork and got it done. And then months later to see like the first edit, of what you've done, that just does it for me. It's hot. Yeah, it's hot. It really does it for me. That's the thing that keeps me going. And it's hard work. It'd be 20-hour days on set, 4 hours sleep, days after days after days. It's some of the hardest work I've ever done in my life, but the love for it just keeps me going, man. Makes me do it again and again. I can really see going 50 more years, 60 more years doing this thing until I just can't maneuver anymore. It's time to meet the Creator.
Now, do you feel as though you should be feared or liked?
Loved, and feared, and respected. Nah, listen, man, I'm a warrior, man. I was born and raised Newark, New Jersey, Muslim. I'm a righteous man. I'm upright. I'm fair-dealing. I'm honorable. I don't mess with anyone, anybody. I don't bring anybody any drama. And I don't receive drama most times, but when it does come my way, I deal with it. So I definitely should be respected. Not necessarily feared, just respected. If you don't like me or love me, just keep it moving. We ain't even got to talk about it. But, I'm definitely liked and lovable. It's just that some people aren't able to love. They're just not able to like people. Just got to find a reason not to like you. So, but definitely respected I should be.
Now, who is your art role model?
Art? Like actor-wise? Or?
Huh? Who's your art role model?
I'm sorry, you said art like a painter or a drawer?
No, your favorite, individual,
in the business, like maybe favorite.
Movies, yeah.
Yeah, movies. Well, of course, needless to say, I'm a Denzel Washington fan. I think he's a amazing talent and definitely official. 30 years in the game, and he just gets better and better. But outside of Denzel, I'm a big Leonardo DiCaprio fan because when it comes to acting, it's in the eyes. And he has the most serious eyes in the business. I don't know if it's his eyebrows or his pupils or what, but I don't know if you ever noticed it, whether it's Titanic, The Aviator, JFK. I even saw a preview of The Great Gatsby that he's coming out with. It's a great film. He has these eyes that captivate you and just brings you in as an audience member. So whatever role he's in, Inception, whatever he's doing, you're just completely, totally drawn into his character. You forget it's Leonardo DiCaprio, and you really buy into what he's selling as an actor. But I'm also a Mark Wahlberg fan, believe it or not. This guy, he's not great. I mean, he's a good actor. He's good enough. He does his role. You like his movies, but more importantly, he's a great producer. And he creates a lot of stuff like Entourage on HBO. And he's part of Boardwalk Empire's creation. So that's the type of career I would like to emulate. Producing films or TV shows and different things, not having to be in each of them. I might do a movie or two and then fall back for a year or two and not do any movies and then put myself in another movie. That's what Mark Wahlberg does. I like that type of stuff. And it's funny because we actually have the same birthday. He was born June 5th as well. And when I found that out, I just became an even bigger fan. So those are three of the people in the industry that really motivate me to get on their level ASAP and be rubbing shoulders with these guys, man, closing deals.
Now, tell me what's the difference, because that leads right in between good and exceptional to you.
Oh man, I think Mark Wahlberg is a good actor. You know, I think he does the job. I think you'll like his movies. He's entertaining. But Leo, Denzel, even Jamie Foxx. I'm a fan of Jamie Foxx, man. He's I'm a fan of Jamie Foxx. He's exceptional because these people, Daniel Day-Lewis, who just won his third Oscar, who played Lincoln, these people are exceptional, though. I mean, these people get so into character that they only do like one movie a year because they actually take months and months to get out of character. You know, they have to detox and get away from the character to get back to themselves before they take on another role. You know, so that's the difference when you can just lose yourself. When you can see Denzel Washington, who we all know, and he plays Malcolm X, and you really think it's Malcolm X, and you forget it's Denzel Washington. And every time you think of Malcolm X, you think of Denzel Washington. You don't even think of the real Malcolm X we've seen pictures of. The first thing comes to your mind is Denzel Washington's face. That's an exceptional actor. That's the difference between exceptional and good, to totally get drawn in and just enthralled with this character and lose yourself. You're not who you are for however long it takes to make this film.
Now, what was the most important thing that you remember that you're using right now, that you learned growing up as a tool that you use every day in your movies and also in your decisions in your daily life?
Oh man, that's a good question, man. My culture. Since my father is a self-proclaimed Egyptologist, which means he goes back and forth to Egypt and he comes back to America and he gives lectures on the pyramids and just different African culture. I grew up with this. So I grew up knowing how many miles the Nile River is, and how many pyramids are in Egypt, and Egypt's original name, Kemet, and how big the pyramids are, and just being proud of my African culture and my African heritage. That's critical. Knowing who you are is very important in navigating in this particular business, because it's not, a lot of people call this the sin, devil's workshop, Sin City. Like, Hollywood is like, some people say there's nothing good about that industry. It's very evil. But if you have God with you, which I always keep with me, and I know who I am, and I pray 5 times a day, and individual smaller prayers in between those 5 prayers, and I remind myself who I am and who I'm representing, not only God, but my family, my culture, my people. That stays with me daily, and that allows me to make good quality productions, whether the world sees it or not, because, unfortunately, we live in a world that loves buffoonery. They just want to laugh. They don't really want to learn anything. They want to leave out of the theater humored. And I'm not trying to teach. I just want to reach. I just want people to, if somebody got fired that day, came and saw my movie and just was laughing, and for 2 hours they just forgot about the bills they owe and needing a job, and I really did that for them, then alhamdulillah. That's a winning scenario for me. So that's what I keep with me. I keep God with me first and foremost, my knowledge of self and who I am, where I'm from, and where I'm going, daily.
Brother Sharif, now, what else do you do besides making movies?
Well, I'm definitely a full-time dad. I got 3 boys, man. I got 2 17-year-old boys and a 2.5-year-old. So the 17-year-olds, they take care of themselves, obviously. But I'm with this 2.5-year-old staring at me right now because we're going to the circus in 2 minutes down in Newark at the Prudential Center. But I also, I'm still in the real estate game heavy, buying, fixing, and selling properties. I got about 3 or 4 projects going on as we speak in the renovation phase. And I also, I own and operate 2 Rita's water ice locations. Rita's Water Ice Italian Ice Cream Shop. You know, that's a franchise. They have about 650 stores up and down the East Coast. And I have one in Newark and one in South Orange. I actually closed the South Orange one because I need a new location. So that's closed until I find a better spot in South Orange, and hopefully I get back open with that one in this summer. But I just started renovation on a second location in Newark, 1017 South Orange Avenue, which will be open this spring, summer. And we started renovations on that. So those are the three areas that I do. Yeah, that's it, man. I don't take on anything else other than that right now. And I'm actually thinking about selling the two locations. Once they open and running, I want to sell them, cash out on that, and just really focus on movies and real estate.
So right now I want to ask you, what do you have planned in the future besides movies?
Besides real estate and movies, I don't have anything planned. I would love to own a restaurant. A nice restaurant, family style, sexy, nice ambiance, a nice bar. You know, not cheap but not expensive. I would love to own that. You know, just I'm a businessman, so my eyes are always open. I wouldn't mind a 24-hour car wash. You know, just different businesses, a hotel. You know, there's an old saying in business: if money is your only problem, you don't have any problems. And right now, liquid cash is my only, not even problem. That's the only thing standing between me and just different things going on. I put a nice amount of money into this project, Criminal Behavior. I also have a reality show that we did. My partner, cousin Samad Davis, we did a show called The Spirited Actor, Africa's Next Hollywood Star, starring Tracy Moore, the incomparable acting coach Tracy Moore. She's an acting teacher and coach to the stars, Busta Rhymes, Eve. She's taking care of everybody. Everybody that made that transition from music to movies, 9 out of 10 of them went through her. Terrence J, different people. She's coached and got them to certain levels in this Hollywood business. We have a reality show based around her for acting. It's like Top Model with Tyra Banks, but for actors as opposed to modeling. And we took 5 Nigerians and 5 Ghanaians, brought them to America. Anthony Anderson was involved, Rockman Dunbar. You know, you'll see Laz Alonso in the episode. You know, we got a lot of celebrities that stopped by, and these 10 Africans vied for the top spot. We shot it in New York, Hoboken, Miami, South Beach. And the last episode was in L.A., in Hollywood, where we crowned the winner, a Ghanaian woman. So it was, the show is on right now, actually, and airing all through Africa, and soon to come to America, and hopefully find a home. But I have, different monies invested places, so until these things start to materialize, I had to slow down on investing. So as these things happen, man, I can see myself investing in so many things.
Now, Brother Usman, I know you have to go, so I want to ask you one final question. What opportunities are available for artists and actors in the UG Mag who are listening right now?
Well, listen, one thing about me in this industry, film-wise, I'm not that guy that want to put a bunch of stars in my movies for it to work. I understand that you need familiar faces to sell a product, unfortunately. I get that. So I may have 1 or 2, maybe a third star, a very familiar person that people know. But I plan to get a lot of people started, a lot of new people started. So follow me on Instagram, Usman Sharif, USMAN, SHARIF, USMAN, SHARIF. That's also my name on Facebook. But I deal with Instagram a lot and Twitter. You can tweet me at USharif3. That's USHARIF, the number 3. On Twitter. My website is usharif3.com. You can check out criminalbehaviorthemovie.com, and you can email me through there. But I am definitely reachable. I'm real. I talk to you. If you got talent, if you have talent, you'll make it into my movies. I don't care what you've done already. I don't care who knows who. If you're talented, you get an audition, you show your work, you get to work with me. Because I'm telling you right now, Brother Dre, it's going to get big. It's going to get big real fast, and I'm ready for it. I'm waiting. Allah's about to bless us with some big things, and we're about to really start moving on this thing. So you guys out there listening, definitely get at me. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you got to do, get at me.
Now, Brother Sharif, what we want to do is also let them know, those who support you, what promo code do you want them to use to get at you on ugmagonline.com?
Won't we keep that simple and make it Usman Sharif promo code, right?
Yeah, Usman Sharif promo code for those listeners. Those involved with the magazine, you purchase a subscription for $2 because you use that promo code, got $1 off. Follow Brother Usman and be part of our family. So I'm Dre Day, a.k.a. Andre and Don Music. This is Brother Usman Sharif. Brother Usman Sharif, I want you to say peace to the listeners.
Hey, listeners, I love you. Thank you for listening. Support this magazine. It's a movement. We're on a mission. Support black films, support independent films. And that book, The Spirit of Intimacy, Ancient African Teachings and the Ways of Relationships, that author is Sobonfu Some, Sobonfu Some. Read that book, Save Your Relationships, because that is very important in life. You need to be loved and you need to love. I'm out. Usman Sharif. Holla.
Peace. It's the International Underground Entertainment Magazine, ugmagonline.com.